Oh, who's messaging me now? We're live. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to K&RP. No, see, the whole spiel gone, poof, gone. It's Kim from K&RP in Southeastern Manitoba. It's really raining. We have standing water in the ditch, standing water all over the yard. It is just a miserable, damp, cool day out there. It is currently 15 degrees Celsius, which means it is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Hi, Anne. Thank you. Jean's here today.
I think we should sing happy birthday. You know what? For some reason, I can't post.
Ha! Weird. Hey, Miriam. You know what? When we had coffee this morning, Barbara actually called Miriam because Miriam said she wished she could be with us. She called Miriam, and we did a little bit of FaceTime with Miriam in the middle of the mall. And then Barbara didn't know it was my birthday. So anyway, popped into a store. I bought myself a dress. I said, I can do this. It's my birthday. And Barbara goes, I didn't know it was your birthday. And Sherry goes, yeah, it's her birthday. And Barbara says, oh, you have to embarrass her when you're online. Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you. You have to embarrass her when you're online. And I said, I walked into the mall wearing a mustache. You think they're going to be able to embarrass me online? We had fun. Thank you, Cheryl. So today, Jean and I are going to do mosaic pictures, but I also promised Barbara and Sherry that I would show what we did when we met. Yes, Miriam did send me happy birthdays earlier. So Barbara wanted to do a little bit of a craft. This is the mustache I wore. And yes, I wore it into the mall. They weren't there when I got there, so I went and I got my coffee and everything. Wearing the mustache, walked through the crowd, sitting in the food court, wearing a mustache, didn't faze me in the least. Hi, Belinda. Nice to see you. So Sherry lovely gifted me this wonderful little ATC with a gecko or lizardy thing on it. I love it. The funny thing is I've got clay or pottery kind of lizards that I bought at a garage sale, and I just pulled them out yesterday or the day before, and I was going to paint them up, and so that's a reminder to paint my lizards. And then Sherry gave me some crochet stuff, but Barbara found this really cool book on making fortune tellers. Remember those fortune tellers we made as kids? Folded it up and wrote stuff in them. Well, she's got a book. So I will post on Meet Your Creativity and the community link, the picture of the book, the ISBN, whatever else. But it's a book on making fortune tellers. Hey, Teresa. So each page shows you how to fold it. It's got the fold lines printed out. And, you know, this is Valentine's gift. So you'll get a Valentine's gift. You'll meet someone special soon. They're all different. And it's a lovely book. So we made fortune tellers today. So, of course, you know, I had to have the Halloween one because I love Halloween. So we made these while we were sitting in the mall visiting today. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. It was nice meeting people. You know, you envision people in your mind and then they walk in wearing a mustache. I love it. Well, I walked in wearing a mustache. They did not. All right. So, nice to see you guys here. Thanks for coming. It was a wonderful morning. It really, really was. Had to get Ron to drive me into town, though, because the rain was just so hard. I didn't want to drive highway in that kind of a rain. So Jean has a wonderful picture. I'm going to make Jean big so she can show you what she's going to mosaic today. Here we go.
I made this pattern specifically to do this project a long time ago. And I've kept the pattern, never done the project. So I'm going to do it on this piece of watercolor paper. And then I'm going to do another one like right here. And then I'm going to do the background.
Awesome.
I'm having trouble because I always think it needs to be threes. So
I know. But the thing is that size, you can always scan it and make it smaller, and you could use it in very many ways too.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I had done one already, but with the dragonfly, I believe.
Awesome.
And I don't know where it's at. I've been cleaning and rearranging and pitching. I've dumped the 55-gallon trash cans
Awesome.
3 times.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Fabulous.
So,
That's cool. Well, I was going to draw something to do, and time got away from me. Surprise! It's been one of those weeks, guys. It's been a crazy, crazy week. Oh, that's what it was. No, wait. I went to the grad on Tuesday. Yeah, because we did the eye doctor the week before. Yeah, so it was met my sister Monday, grad on Tuesday, Wednesday. We went someplace. Can't remember. Yesterday ended up going to town because Ron's glasses were ready. And then today I met the ladies this morning. So I am just so far behind. It's just the way it is. So I pulled a couple of pages out of a coloring book. I'll go big for a moment. You threw away the paddle for your bread maker. Oh no, no. That's brutal, Anne. Brutal. So I thought maybe I would do a wishing well because I thought that was kind of fun. But Jean said I should actually do this one because this one's appropriate. So I'm going to do this one. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan it and make it smaller and put it up in Meet Your Creativity so people could possibly use it in their birth if they're doing cards for anybody if they want to. And I like the fact that it's just one candle and it's not a whole glow on the horizon because I'm so darn old. And seriously, no. And sent me a beautiful birthday wish. And I just didn't know if it was a dig at
did
my
you let me
old.
know where I put my carbon paper?
I don't know where you put your carbon paper. I've got some. I could hand it to you.
Oh. See, I haven't done paper for anything for so long that I keep moving it. Don't know where it's going.
21. Well, I usually say I'm 29, which means I'm 29 with 37 years practice.
Don't
So
make me do the math.
I'm 66. I'm 66 and it's the 6th month. So this next year is going to be wild, guys. Absolutely wild. The beast will come out. So I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use origami paper to do my mosaic. Yeah. So we're going to need some orange and yellow for the flame. This yellow is more like a lime green. You know what? We'll try it. We can try it. And then we need something fun for the candle. Oh, let's do blue hearts. You're older than me. I remember when we said that with great pride. Oh, yes. Yes. See, I do that to Ron because his birthday is Sunday, right? So I'm 2 days older than him, and it's always respect your elders, right? Respect your elders. I kind of like this purple polka dot stuff for the cake. So I think I'll need a couple of sheets of that. And then the inside of the cake looks almost like it's a confetti-like cake. Same age as your mom, 29. I like it. My mom always used to say that she was as old as her tongue and a bit older than her teeth whenever anybody asked her. Kind of like that, too. This can be the inside of the cake. purple cake. Purple cake today, guys. We're having purple cake, and then we need something for the plate. That's for the candle flame, and that's for the candle flame. $29, yeah.
Well, you're not very much older than me.
Yeah. And it's 29 too. See, like 29, such a great year. Old
Yeah.
enough to know better and young enough not really to care yet. Let's use this for the plate. Or maybe that would be better for the flame because it's all the flame colors. Well, we'll play. We are just going to play because that's what we're here for today. Yeah, 29 with however many years practice. I like it. So I'm not going to do this flare thing around. You're 27 then? All right. I guess I need to cut some squares, scissors. Oh, you're 21? I get it. 21's great because you're legal everywhere if you want to have a drink, wherever you may be. Oh, see? So you're pregnant. No, you're not pregnant. You're going to be pregnant. Oh. I guess I have to cut small squares for the flame.
Well, if I was 29, all my kids would have been born.
Me too. Me too. Okay, I think I only need this much paper for the flame. Yeah, it was a really lovely visit today. Had a lot of fun. I can tell you, I sure got some fun looks wearing a mustache in the mall.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't care.
Are you making your pieces fit each piece, or are you just putting in whatever?
You know what? I'm cutting these small, and I'm just going to make up the flame as I go along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're cutting the piece to fit the pieces specifically.
Yeah.
I could do that.
I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do that without my carbon paper.
Yeah.
I have a brand new package of white and black,
Oh, nice.
and I don't know where it's at.
Nina. Hello, hello. Your kids were born when you were 17? That works. You could color that butterfly? You could color that butterfly. I don't know if any of you guys have checked out the little journal that Teresa started on Sunday. Well, you're going to be a pain in the hiney.
Yeah.
Little wee dots of glue. There we go. Might have to try and sketch it. Yeah.
I did not want to do this, but I'm going to do this.
Ooh, Jean's doing something she didn't want to do. You're cutting up the butterfly so you've got the shapes.
Yep.
I get it. See? I know how these things work. Sometimes.
It's because our brains are both warped and they work well together.
They do. They do. So yeah, if you guys are doing mosaics or whatever, you could use any kind of thing you want to do your picture on. I've seen.
Now he's a funny butterfly.
He's a
He's
funny
a
butterfly.
butterfly in a skirt.
Yes. Not warped, Jean just special, Anne says. So again, if any of you guys saw that little journal that Teresa had started making on Sunday, check it out on Meet Your Creativity. Her pages are really coming together really lovely. Oh, I want a yellow piece for the flame, the tip of the flame. And of course, once you do it, the mosaic, you could always, oh, that's the only piece of yellow. Um, Come back with pencil crayon and enhance. But I just want to make sure I've got these little squares down. And I am going to outline each square because I'm whacked at that. Awesome, Brenda. Hey, Candy, welcome, welcome. No, we're joking that we're all 29 years old today, guys. We're 29.
Well, I don't know if that was a good idea either. I can't get this one to fit in there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that is a surprise, baby. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Teresa's only 21 because her mom's 29. I remember now. Takes me a minute, but I remember. All right, so now I'm going to do the candle itself. So I think I'm going to do with the stripes going this way. Can you see, guys, see what I'm doing? Should I put the stool up and stand up? What do you guys, what do you think? You've been 29 twice and working on the third one? Oh, yeah, I'm 29 with 37 years practice. Something like that. No, 30. Yeah, 37. I think that adds up to. Now I'm doubting it. All's good. I'm old. What's the matter? Practice makes perfect. Exactly. Exactly. Or maybe I should have done these at an angle. Oh, let's do that. Get out of there. Will you come off? You will. Sort of. Let's switch over like this. Make it like that. It's not very straight. It's okay. Yeah, practice makes perfect. Definitely. Definitely, definitely. Ooh. So, what do you guys have planned for the weekend? We're not doing the group stream on Sunday because it's the last Sunday of the month. It's also the long weekend here because we've got Canada Day on Monday. So, it's a long weekend for us. Okay. Okay, Teresa. Yeah, must take meds. Must take meds.
I'm going to do nothing.
You're going to do nothing?
I've worked in the garage every morning all week long.
Oh.
In, well, I shouldn't say what the temperature was outside because then people will yell at me. But it was pretty warm.
Yeah, I bet.
I think I'm going to just continue my attempt at organizing, destashing, that kind of thing.
Right.
And go from there. I hope.
Yeah, my sister actually sent me a message. She has a friend down in Texas, and they came across some sort of a meme um, asking if how hot it would be in Texas in August, and the reply was, "Have you ever been cremated?" So that's
Absolutely.
probably how your garage was, Jean. That's kind of what I'm envisioning.
Yep.
All right. Excellent, Joni. Hi, by the way. Hello to anybody I may have missed. We're doing mosaic pictures, so I pulled one out of a coloring book.
Joni, my mama's birthday was July 5th, July 4th too.
My girlfriend's birthday's July 4th.
Awesome.
Is that the son that's in the military? Oh, yeah, Brenda, how are you feeling? Oh, okay. That's brutal, Brenda. Oh, wow, Anne, yeah. We're talking about birthdays. Hey, Dana, welcome, welcome. We are doing mosaic pictures today. Paper mosaic pictures. And we're talking about age because we're all 29 with however many years practice, except for Teresa, who's 21 because her mom is 29.
Well, if we're going to go with something like that, I'm actually 42
Okay.
because my son is 40.
Well, my daughter's 42. Three, three this year.
Isn't it terrible that we forget? I mean, I don't forget, but I forget. I know that
Yeah.
makes no sense,
No,
but
no, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. 70-12. Oh, won't say the E word. Joni says, I know a guy who is 82, but he tells people he is 70-12. Said he won't say the E word. Oh, wrong color, Kim. What are you doing? Stop that. Put that away. Wrong piece. Hi, Sherry. I showed off the lovely little fortune tellers that we made. I was thinking that I should make fortune tellers, and instead of just pulling a colored stick out of the bin, we could use fortune tellers because we are paper crafters. That would be a cool thing to do, I think.
and then put numbers on them.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be cool. We used to call them cootie catchers.
Ah,
If you Google cootie catchers, that's going to be there too.
okay. Well, as I was saying, Barbara bought this book, and it's a lovely book. So I'll put all the information down. No, 2022? Oh, okay.
I
So,
don't know what the heck I was thinking using these painted sticker papers. You can't get
But
the
they're
door.
lovely.
I'm going to start saying bad words. You're going to have to mute me pretty soon because I am
We had a
making
blast.
a mess.
We had a blast meeting up. It was awesome. It was awesome. So we figured out how Barbara can make it out here so that her and Sherry can come out to do a live in September. It really was awesome. Yeah, I was bad. I bought a dress. Wasn't really supposed to buy anything, but I bought a dress. It's a nice summer dress. So I had to buy it.
And
Well,
it's your birthday. You have my
that's what I
permission.
said. That's what I said. It's my birthday. I'm going to do it. I did it. And I did it. Oh, see, that doesn't. Well, it's okay. I'm going to be outlining them anyways.
Even my glue sticks have dried up. I haven't used it in so long.
Wow. So, yeah, it's been a fun day. So, I do not cook on my birthday or anniversary. I absolutely refuse. So, we are going out for supper tonight. And then my younger daughter is taking us out tomorrow night for supper for um, joint birthday, anniversary, Mother's Day, Father's Day, whole gamut things tomorrow.
We're going out for supper tonight too, but we almost always go out on Friday night.
Yeah, no, we don't normally. But yeah, like I say, I don't cook on my birthday or anniversary. And since tomorrow's our anniversary, not cooking.
So, how did you work your anniversary, his birthday, your birthday, all into the same?
Well, obviously our birthdays were just the way they fell as is, right? And
Yeah.
so we got married on the 29th, so he would never be able to say that he forgot our anniversary. Yes, Anina. 3 pounds 4 ounces. 3 pounds 8 ounces. Oh wow. That's wild, Brenda. Her smallest babies are her largest children. Like they're tall, 6'6", and they were wee when they were born, being twins. When my girlfriend had her twins, one of them was 6 pounds, the other was 7 pounds. Crazy big. Oh, thanks, Anina. So anyway, yeah, got married on the day between so that he could never ever forget our anniversary. I didn't want any excuse. No excuses.
And how many years have you been married?
We will have been married 46 this year.
That's a big thing.
It is. It is.
We are going to be 44
Awesome.
this year
Awesome. Awesome.
in July.
That,
It's funny because of your birthdays and all, but Gary's birthday is February 24th, and mine is November 24th.
cool.
So we're exactly 9 months apart.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, no, we were born 2 days apart in the same hospital.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Well, when we filled out our information for Social Security, the the guy was like surprised with our Social Security numbers being so similar.
Yeah.
But the really strange thing, I had my girlfriend from seventh grade um, do something for me. I needed to do some kind of something online, and I was in Great Bend and didn't have what I needed, and so I felt like I could trust her with my social.
Yeah.
And she is September to November older than me. Our social is 2 digits. Everything is the same, but the last 2 digits are 2 digits apart.
Wow.
I was really surprised at that.
More years than the ones you have. Are you sure? Are your parents married before I was born? Um, that's a good question. A valid question. Hi. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Hawaii. Yeah, we're joking that we're all, we're 29 with however many years practice at being 29. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Barbara and Sherry coming out and playing. I think that'll be an absolute blast. Barbara's not sure she wants to do something while she's here, so she may just read chat and interpret for us, which could be very interesting. She'll sing it all to us. So these are pretty muddy colors on a cake. But when you make frosting or icing, whichever you want to call it, um, a lot of times when you mix up the food coloring and the icing sugar, you get some really like purple. Quite often goes gray instead of purple. 19 years, coming up 28 years. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, Candy, thanks very much for popping in. Have a wonderful weekend and happy 4th of July if I don't see you before then. Well, I'll see you guys Tuesday, so I'll see if you, whatever. You know what I mean. So, what do you guys do for 4th of July? I'm curious. Curious as to how you guys celebrate it.
We're going on the 5th of July to spend a couple days in Lubbock. Well, probably just two. And Lubbock's not far. Lubbock is definitely a day trip for us.
Okay.
But we want to hit estate sales and flea markets and junk stores and stuff like that because we just don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't need a thing, but yeah.
Oh, I know. We were sitting right beside a Dollarama, and Barbara said, "Should we go in?" It's like, no, I'm not buying nothing. Then I bought a dress, right? Go figure. Your dad died at 29, 47 years experience. Awesome. You were a friend and older than he was. Nice dad, Brenda. Nice dad. Same thing as you're doing on the third and fifth. All right. All right. Okay. Joni says our town is the 4th of July city of Nebraska. And with her son's birthday at the same time, he thought the town was celebrating his birthday. He would always say, "Can we go to my parade?" Oh, that is so awesome. That is priceless. Do you has he lived that down, Joni? Like, you know how other siblings will tease about that kind of thing. Has he lived that bit down? Like, does that make sense to you guys? Is that a Canadianism?
It makes sense. I understand what you're trying to say.
Good. Yeah. Sometimes Ron said, "I never know what's going to come out of your mouth." That's a good thing. Well, maybe. Poor man. 17th of July. Okay. National Day in Switzerland is. Oh, I'm sure he was so cute, Joni. Definitely. August 1st is the National Day in Switzerland. That's cool. Yeah, shock to your heart, Anne. Yeah. Because she thought the celebration was for her birthday also. Brenda goes on the 3rd to see if her bones growing together nicely. Don't eat the night before. Oh, no. Pop a plate in is not reassuring. Although I learned something very interesting. I'm working on my genealogy, etc. Guys, those who don't know me well. Um, so I've been working on my genealogy and found out that my grandmother was actually born crippled and couldn't walk. And they did an experimental surgery on her and they put sheep's bones in her shins for her shins so she could stand and walk. And she did walk. My sister says she remembers mentioning, asking her about the scars she had down the fronts of her legs. But I thought that was pretty interesting too. That sheep's bones, I've never heard of anything like that. So when they pop a plate, and it's probably one of those steel plates, Brenda, where they screw it in, is that what they're kind of talking about? Ice pack. Local concert that's followed by fireworks. So is it like a local band that plays, Brenda? Or do they bring a band in specifically for the day? I'm so nosy, eh? Sorry. I'm curious. Because, I mean, basically, the only experience I've had with 4th of July is what I see on TV. And I don't watch TV that much. So I'm curious, you know, just nosy. From where you live, Brenda, would you be able to see the fireworks? We have to go to either of the local cities for us to see fireworks. Am I nosy or bold? Well, I've never been accused of being a shrinking violet, if that says anything. 30 to 40,000 people in town. Oh my word.
That's
No,
too many people.
yeah. No, Anina, July 4th isn't a national day in Canada. Canada Day is July 1st. So, see, that's also, you know, why we got married on the 29th. It was always an excuse for a really long party. Lots to celebrate all at once. I'm getting someplace, guys. I'm getting someplace.
I kind of gave up. I'm just
You're just sticking stuff down now?
kind of. I mean, I'm still trying, but I feel so flustered. It's not even funny.
Oh, yeah, right, Brenda. I remember you live on a farm. I knew that. So you have to go to town as well. We have fireworks at the end of our town festival. We have a friendship festival in our town. So there's a parade and barbecue lunch and bands and kids games and softball tournaments, and then they do a big firework. But we can sit on our front steps and watch it because our town's so small. It is a blueberry frosting on that cake. It was this piece of origami paper that's just all dots. I figured that I don't have pink. Not that I would want pink frosting on a cake, but I just having fun, you know. Ooh, that's thick. I'll be- In Winnipeg, they have all the big fireworks and stuff. Sherry, can you see the fireworks from the Forks at your place? Are you close enough?
I just sit out in the backyard and watch all the neighbors go up in the air.
Yeah,
It's so much cheaper.
yeah.
They're not supposed to do them in town, but they do. So
Well, exactly, right? It's yeah. They spend a few $1,000s on our. Um,
look, my poor butterflies went backwards. He's now a caterpillar.
all right. The country on farms. Yeah, they come into town for the fireworks. Yes, yes, that happens here too. We've got about 4,000 people in town. In fact, I think 4,000 still on the high side for the number of people in town. I think we're more like 2,500, 3,000. Oh, you can see them from the upstairs window? Well, that's cool. Sure would save having to go and get trapped in all that traffic trying to get out of there afterwards. I'm too impatient to sit in traffic that late at night.
Agreed. Because nobody else is going to care. And they
So
just want to get themselves out of there.
exactly, exactly. I mean, it's pretty reasonable. People are good about taking their turns and whatever. I just don't like sitting in lineups
Yeah.
because I mean, sometimes we'll go. We have an open air theater here. Of course, it's only open in the summer, and quite often we'll go to a play there, and getting out of the parking lot can be a bit of a annoyance, just a bit. Okay, those need really small pieces. What do I want? I'm going to put those in a different direction, I think. You're not big fan of crowds anymore? Oh, no. Like, I mean, since the pandemic and stuff, yeah.
I don't think I've ever been a big fan of crowds.
I don't have a problem in crowds. Never. Obviously, if I can walk into a mall wearing a mustache.
True. Very true.
I have no problem. So one of the small towns out here is having an what's it called? It's called Bowhead Arts Fest. So they're putting on some courses, and a whole bunch of artists are going to be having um, shows like in the local gallery, and I guess they each get a space or whatever they get to display. So I'm really interested in going. I'm going to have to get more information on it because that town's only about half an hour from here. So it'd be lovely to go and see what's happening in another local community, small community arts wise.
That would be great. We don't get a lot of participation in the arts around here.
Well, there was just a big thing at the city hall in our capital city because they're cutting all the funding to the arts programs. So there was big rally, and of course it was at 8:30 in the morning. So there's no way I'm going to make it into town for 8:30 in the morning.
Hmm.
Probably could have, but I didn't because my girlfriend posted it the same day as the rally, and it's like, no, I can't make it. But I'm sad I couldn't make it because one of the programs they want to cut the funding to, it's called Art City, and all the art programs there are free. So they're very much it's a charitable organization. So they take any donations. They do pay their artists who are giving classes and stuff. So because I'd looked into giving a course there in the past. So whatever you're making, you have to have it geared from the ages of 5 up to seniors, right? Something that they could all do, minimal supervision, but still kind of detailed and creative enough that people are going to want to do this. They have parades, they host like a parade and a picnic kind of thing to gain funds for them. And anyway, they're one of the ones that are being uh, funding cut off for. But the thing is we have a lot of lower income families in that area. I mean, it's available to anybody who lives in Winnipeg, but right in the area that it's happening is people who don't have the extra financial means to be able to play the way we play. So I really would have liked to have gone and supported that, but I wish you would have posted it earlier. I wish I would have paid more attention to what's happening in the city towards the arts too. Like that's my own fault. But anyway, I didn't manage to make it. Yeah, Art City's really cool. They do everything from big sculptures using milk jugs and paper mache to fine detailed puppetry and things. Whenever they can find an artist that's, either willing to donate time or whatever, like, but they run during the summer, their days, evenings. They've got a photography club. Just incredible. Really, really incredible program. But, like they say, financial times, when they get tough, aren't to the first things to suffer, right?
It's kind of funny that you say this when I just had this conversation the other day, like 2 or 3 days ago, with my granddaughter. Um, she said she was telling me how much she liked history.
Yeah,
So when there's something she's interested in, and my grandson did the same thing too. It's like they want to quiz me
yeah.
or quiz them. So we went with that, and um, she got on to women's rights,
Oh,
and
my.
then she was like, "There's a woman's right now that needs to be changed." And I said, "What's that?" She says, "Dress codes. We can't wear shorts that are shorter than where our fingertips hit our legs, but boys can wear shorts at any size because boys' legs don't distract and girls' legs do." And
Huh.
she went on and on about a bunch of different things. And I told her, I said, "You're right." I said, it's a wrong thing that they're doing. I says they need to teach the boys not to be distracted, not make the girls take the punishment for what the boys are really doing.
Exactly.
And anyway, um, the it brought up another thing that I'd kind of forgotten about it. When my kids were in elementary school and we were still in Kansas, they were going to reduce the funding for the arts programs in the school district.
Right.
This not included just art, but it was visual arts, music, band,
Yes.
all of it.
Yes.
And there were several people that spoke, and I got myself on the agenda. I had 3 minutes. I worked on my speech over and over and over until I had it to 3 minutes, just a little less, just in case. I did that speech in just over 2 minutes
Awesome.
because I was so nervous standing up there saying all that. Um, I wish I'd have saved because it's something I'm very proud of doing at the time. I
Yeah.
normally wouldn't have done it, but I do remember saying how important art is in people's lives. I
Oh,
mean, I touched base on all of them, but I was probably the strongest on the visual arts. But I said you use it every day, whether you know you do or don't. You
and
know,
it's such a big piece in teaching decision making. Like
and
they have to, art. You decide what color you want to use. That's a decision. You decide what pencil or marker, whatever you want to use. It's decisions. It teaches decision making as well as fine motor skills, as well as creativity, like and problem solving. I don't understand. I really don't understand why arts is always the first to go. I really don't understand.
Anne, could you send that to me in my email, please?
program you want to pass on to artists. Museum for all. Can sign up and receive deeply this. Oh, nice. That's awesome, Anne. That's absolutely awesome.
But also, you use art every day, whether you're an artist or not. You get up, you get dressed, you determine what you're going to wear. Even if you're colorblind, you still
Yes.
have to determine what you're going to wear. You have to fix your hair. There's an art to that. I mean,
Yeah.
even those
Cooking.
that don't care and still just get up and go, there's some sense of art in everything, I think.
Yeah.
Um, for some reason on my screen today, I can't, the chat box isn't showing.
Oh, weird.
Well, I usually have my taskbar where it disappears,
Yeah.
but it's not disappearing,
Oh,
which is, it's all good. I mean, I'll reboot it and it'll be fine probably. But I have a new computer in there to get set up. That's probably what I'm doing this weekend. But anyway,
awesome.
it's wish at disabledartists.org.
Miriam, can you please send me that in Messenger so that I can look that up, please? I'll see if I can find a translation as well. I think that's the kind of thing that really needs to be blasted over the internet because it's so important. So very, very important. Um, it teaches discipline, right? Like it's covers so many bases. Right, and standardized test is a big one. I think we've had this discussion where because I was teaching art therapy to young adults with varying abilities, and they appreciated it that I let them do it their way because in school the teacher made sure they had to do it this way. And the reason they had to do it this way is because that's what was on the curriculum. And they had to follow the curriculum, right? So they didn't really get to experience art. They got to follow directions. That makes total sense to me, Anne. Brenda says they cut out arts funding at local high school, reduced the band director's pay and the art teacher's pay by 15,000. Holy Dinah! Each to give the football coaches pay. Both quit and went elsewhere. I don't blame them, Brenda. I honestly don't blame them. I don't know. I don't.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
brutal. That's brutal.
Well, when my kids were in high school, we were in Texas. And I don't know if any of you've ever heard of Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
That's based on the town we lived in.
Okay.
And my daughter was in, both kids were in choir, and my daughter was in theater. And they fought for all kinds of funding. But man, football needed anything, they got it.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Well, I have nothing against organized sports. I just because of the kind of work I did in the community, how many women were abused after a football game because the team lost or the man was all revved up from watching it and on an adrenaline high. And it was the highest cases of uh, spousal abuse was after a football game.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I don't know why they specifically pinpointed football and they didn't really say much about hockey because I would assume that hockey would be very much the same. Yeah, athletics are really super funded, aren't they? Yes, and it is scary. It really is scary. Oh, Miriam just sent me the um, poem in English. Can I read it to you guys?
Sure.
All right. It's called You Foolish Men, and it's by Sor Juana Inez de la Cruz, 1651 to 1695. You foolish men who lay the guilt on women, not seeing you're the cause of the very thing you blame. If you invite their disdain with measureless desire, why wish they well behave if you incite to ill? You fight their stubbornness, then, weightily, you say it was their lightness, when it was your guile. In all your crazy shows, you act just like a child who plays the boogeyman, of which he's then afraid. With foolish arrogance, you hope to find uh, a, you hope to find a Thais in her you court, but a Lucretia when you've possessed her. What kind of mind is odder than his who mists a mirror and then complains that it's not clear? Their favor and disdain you hold in equal state. If they mistreat, you complain. If you mock, if they treat you well. Oh, you mock if they treat you well. No woman wins esteem of yours. The most modest is ungrateful. If she refuses to admit you, yet if she does, she's loose. You always are so foolish. Your censure is unfair. One you blame for cruelty, the other for being easy. What must be her temper who offends when she's ungrateful and worries when compliant? But with the anger and the grief that your pleasure tells, good luck to her who doesn't love you, and you go on and on complain. You lovers' moans give wings to women's liberty, and having made them bad, you want to find them good. Who has embraced the greater blame and passion? She who solicited falls, or he who fallen pleads? Who is more to blame, though either should do wrong? She who sins for pay, or he who pays to sin? Why be outraged at the guilt that is of your own doing? Have them as you make them, or make them what you will. Leave off your wooing, and then, with greater cause, you can blame the passion of her who comes to court. Patience is Patient is your arrogance that fights with many weapons, since in promise and insistence you join world, flesh, and devil. That's really well written. That's so true. That's that was from the discussion on men's legs and girls' legs. Often violence after soccer matches. Oh yeah, random violence, whether they win or lose. Yeah, and exactly. Yes, thank you, Miriam. I just read the whole thing. It's. I think it's really well put. They offered your oldest daughter the band director spot. She turned them down and stayed in town. She went to college. Her boyfriend from high school took it. Yeah, that's how many years ago? What did I say? 16, what? 16, the lady that wrote it was 1651 to 1695. So it has been going on for eternity. On for eternity. And we're still fighting it. Still fighting it. Wow. Wow. That's that's mind-boggling.
I agree with you, Anne, 100%. I never had to deal with a dress code, and neither did my kids. They're just old enough that that was probably came in shortly after they got out of school. And yeah,
Oh, our shorts had to be to our knees. They couldn't even be mid thigh where our hands, you know. We had to
we
have
may have had a length on the dresses or skirts, but I can remember vividly in junior high, we it was a three-story building and we had to do the stairs. And I can remember wearing a short skirt to school and holding on to my skirt when I went up the stairs for fear that somebody'd see something.
I always wore shorts under my skirts when I was in school. I grew up in the tough end of Winnipeg, and you just wore shorts under your skirts. Mini skirts and short shorts, yeah. And spaghetti straps. Couldn't have anything with spaghetti straps. They had to be at least 1 inch wide.
We didn't have that issue.
Yeah, no halter tops, which really, there's that male thing again that you have to wear your armor, right? You have to wear the bras because it makes it, well, whatever. I refuse to wear one of those too.
Well, my girls are happier when they're in a bra, so I do. But
I refuse.
yeah, uh, I just,
Ah,
in fact, I used to. I mean, I'm not going to deny that seeing a good-looking, well-built man without a shirt on used to be sexy, and now it's like, why the hell do men get to go without shirts and women can't?
exactly. 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 Okay, what have we got here? Teresa said, my aunt said, do you know who invented mini shorts and skirts? She said it was Seymour Heine and you ain't wearing them. Right on, Teresa. See, I never really put a dress code on my kids. I just told them if you're going to wear that, you better be prepared to have your keys between your fingers, like, and you don't go anywhere alone. But I mean, my kids' generation, some of the things they wore, my word. Because we have bigger boobs. Miriam, I can tuck mine into my waistband.
Me too. I always say I wear 36 long.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's got to the point now because I never do wear a bra that if I had to put one on, I'd have to roll them up and tuck them in. Brenda says, I wore shorts under dresses. My girls had dress codes from school, but it was no issue because they dressed modestly already. Some kids need the code. We had girls looking like strippers coming to school. No, I wouldn't let my kids look like strippers. But I also, my thing was, is that because they bused to school and they had friends that lived in that town, if I let them wear something a little bit more scanty, not like hooker dress, but a little bit more scanty, then they were going to their friend's place. They were not going to their friend's place and putting on things that were totally inappropriate. Does that make sense? I
Yeah.
trusted them enough that they wouldn't do that. Yes, gravity, Miriam. Your mom made bloomers to match your dresses. That's awesome. Bloomers, that's a word we don't hear much anymore. Bloomers. Wow, guys, we get on some really interesting subjects here, do we not? I hope we are not offending anybody. But I think these are the kinds of things that it's good to have discussions about because we've all experienced it. We've all experienced that male mentality where I'll give you a ride. No, you won't. You know?
Well, what I don't like is why do the girls have to have this because it distracts the boys?
Oh, exactly.
I'm like, really? Is that, what's why hasn't somebody taught their boys not to pay attention?
But like my sister used to work in an office. This is another topic, but anyway, she could never watch Mad Men because sorry, Anina. Yeah, no, I never wear one. Um, she would never watch Mad Men because the shenanigans that went in the office and the boss is saying there's a hotel across the street, let's go for lunch, and it's it's something that every woman I know has experienced something like that. I don't know a single woman who has gotten away scot free without remarks, without wolf whistles, without lewd comments. I don't know a single woman.
Well, I actually, and this was before office sexual harassment was a thing, um, because this was before my son was born. And I worked in an office and I was working away my, not keyboard, but I had a 10 key calculator and running spreadsheets. So both hands were like this and I was leaning over doing it. And one of the salesmen come in and just stood there and looked at me. And I looked up and he grabs his hands in this motion against his body and he says, well, those just sit right there on the desk, don't they?
Ooh.
I let myself stew about that for a while. And then I said that I can't do that. And I went straight to the office manager and I said, that was so inappropriate. Well, there's three in our office. And so I had backing, they all heard it.
Yeah.
And he got in some pretty good trouble for that. Of course, not as much as I wanted, but he got in trouble and he had to come apologize.
Yeah. Well, I worked in a truck stop. Um, it was just before my oldest daughter was born. So I had a tray of food in this hand, coffee pot in this hand, and I was going to a table, and a gentleman came and he actually did grab me. So I just calmly put this stuff down on the table, turned around and punched him in the face. My boss happened to be watching at the time. I didn't get fired, but I did get a stern speaking to because you're not supposed to punch customers. And I said, this is a family restaurant. I don't believe that he should be touching me. So, we came to an agreement that if I have to put the tray down again, he knew darn well that I was going to do the same darn thing. He sure was surprised. Yep, yep, yep. What did Teresa say? Teresa, I can't read that. Can somebody read that blurb from Teresa and tell me what it says? I wonder if I move it to the bigger screen, if I'll be able to read that. Aside. I give over. Yeah. Or game over. Yeah. Game over. It was game over for that guy. Because then I also refused to serve him. Yeah. Working for father at age 12, cleaning a printer, and someone came to the studio to talk to her father, a client, and asked him, who is that beauty there? My father said, Miriam's. Miriam's typing. I'm waiting for her to finish that. Yeah, Teresa had an incident and she told the guy game over. Yep. But I mean, it just doesn't end. It just doesn't end. I don't know. Oh, Miriam finishes. Oh, yes, pretty, eh? Do you want me to induce her to you? And then my dad said, my daughter. Yep. At least he stood up for you. Like that's a good thing. Anne's best friend's older brother was a state champion wrestler. He would hold clinics for us to teach us how to defend ourselves. Oh, Anne, so awesome. He was very matter of fact and straightforward. Definitely, that is so awesome. So awesome. I grew up with male cousins who lived next door, and they were horrible teases. And um, you learn to not take caca from them. They're males when you've got cousins that steal your shoes and put them on the roof when you're, a good foot shorter than they are, right? And my dad always said, you don't start the fight, but you better finish it. I had a very strange upbringing, I guess. Teresa, son-in-law, asked her husband who his okay. My son-in-law asked my husband who my daughter was. He said he wanted to meet her, so my hubby called her over and said, "Crystal, this is Pete, and Pete, this is Crystal. Now go in the house, girl." Awesome, awesome. See, one of the other big things that I'm really adamant about with kids, and this is all kids, is you never put their names on their clothing, because then it just gives somebody the excuse, well, I know your mom, and they know your name because your name's on your clothes, right? Like on your sleeve or whatever. I know your mom, and and it just opens up so many wrong doors, so many wrong doors.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to happy stuff now, guys. Long weekend coming up. Do you guys get a long weekend, or is it always specifically July 4th?
For us, it varies. Um, with July 4th kind of being in the middle of the week, I mean, it's not really, but sort of.
Yeah.
Um, Gary will just get off the 4th. He took the 5th off, and then the 6th is his weekend off. So it worked out really good for us, but not always does it work that way.
Yeah.
We used to go to Kansas every 4th of July because my mom's birthday.
Right.
Finally, this dang thing is done.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm still working on the cake.
I,
Usually the
I
Friday
got it.
one becomes a federal holiday. Okay. And yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
lovely.
outline it and doodle on it.
That's lovely. I've got almost finished the top part of the cake, but I'm cutting itty bitty pieces. These little pieces here, that's the size of cake I'm allowed. No. I'm making cake crumbs, guys, and just plain crumbs. Yeah, don't start a fight, but you better well finish it. Exactly. Yeah, we have that too. Like if the first falls in the middle of the week, then quite often they will say you could either have the Friday or the Monday off. You kind of get to choose. We're not quite as adamant about it being this specific day as you guys, I think. If that makes sense.
There have been times when I've seen them do the citywide fireworks in different places I've lived on a date other than the 4th.
Yeah. Does it depend on your weather as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
And we're right around here. We're in the desert, so we have that to keep in mind too.
right.
Oh,
Whose idea was it to do this today, Jean?
it sure is. Beep beep wasn't mine. I said, "Can we bead?" And she said, "No."
I did not. You did
I
not.
know.
Wow.
Ah,
Well,
trying
another one while your mouth's still warm.
to. Oh, if I didn't pick
Good
on you, who
try.
would?
Good try. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have really been going through my beads like crazy, and as many things as I've done in my life in the way of art stuff and given up so many different things that, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. There's a few things, I just don't want to do anymore. Polymer clay is one of those.
Yeah.
It's the only one I can think of right now. But, um, oh, and I did card making, and I don't make cards. Um, but beading, it's the one thing that I never got rid of the supplies for.
Mm-hmm.
And I still love it. I think it really does make me happy.
Yeah.
Can I show you where I'm at on my
Sure
garden?
can. I'll even make you big because we'd love to see your butterfly as well. Okay. Let's just do. Anne says in Iceland they have fireworks on New Year's Eve. All the boats also have to shoot off all their flares and replace, so they gather in the harbor. Awesome. Anina says, so young woman here, 29, I believe, watch a movie now and sleep then. Everyone have a wonderful, okay. Yes, all us young 29-year-old women have a wonderful weekend, Anina says. Take care, Anina. Nice to see you here. Okay, Jean, let's see your butterfly and
Okay, there's my butterfly. Of course, I'll do the black outlines. Everything I do is black outlines. I think that's kind of a signature of mine. And you'll even see it here. I don't have as many outlines, but I do the little black and
oh,
white. I kind of lost my chicken in there.
yeah, there was a chicken. I don't know if you guys saw that a couple of weeks ago or a
I
week
can
ago.
kind of point it out a little bit. Like, here's his head. And then he came around like this, and these were his feet. And then came up, and none of this was filled in. So I have I'm going to practice a little bit on y'all, see how I can get my camera down there, because I'm actually working on making a video, and I want to be able to work on it where people can see it. So I've
Awesome.
done a few little odd and end things that are kind of new to me. I used a bunch of drops and daggers. That's what these
Oh,
are. And there's daggers right here that stick up. And then some of these are plastic, but they
yeah.
just look pretty in the garden.
Fun. They're fun.
And so these little loops, I don't know if you can tell, they're pink with white.
Yeah.
Those are teeny tiny sequins, because those are size 11 seed beads. So if you know anything about beads, those are teeny
Wow.
tiny. And
Wow.
same thing here. This here will date me if you all, I don't know if Kim will know this, but Danger Will Robinson.
Yes.
Danger
Yes.
Will Robinson.
Yes. We do that too. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Oh my. Yeah.
And so
Lost in Space. It was from Lost in Space.
this here part was pretty flat, and I thought it needed a little more dimension. So I actually just beaded on top of the beads here. And then I got little flowers here. And I just have little clusters of flowers. I mean, I've seen them where they do big clusters, and that's okay. But I kind of like my little ones. And this is one of my favorite parts right here. Unfortunately, these little guys kind of cover that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. I stitched over one of those plastic curtain ring things. with beads.
Okay.
I think I might put another one in there where it can be seen a little better. And
Yeah.
then, I've got my black outlines and there's some more little loopies. I'm just playing, and this is something else new that I kind of come up with, and that's what led to that ring. But um this is either 5 or 7 beads in about the space of, if you were laying them flat, would be um maybe 3 beads. So they just kind of loop, but they just
Yeah.
lay so
Yeah.
perfectly. So I have massively enjoyed this.
That's a beautiful piece, Jean. Absolutely
Even
beautiful.
even when my thread catches on here or gets caught in these other
Oh,
beads,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't even get cranky.
Woo. That's awesome.
So I'm really, really excited. I think that I'm going to stitch around the edges like I did my turquoise one, but I'm thinking about doing a variegated if I can find the right variegated.
Okay. So by stitching around, you're talking like an embroidery or whatever?
Yeah, like I did my turquoise. Let me grab that so you can see what I'm talking about.
I would love to see what you're talking about. That's a beautiful piece. See, all mine that I do are monochromatic, like the red heart, the yellow heart, the blue heart. That is just stunning.
Like this one.
Okay.
I just stitched around the embroidery hoop, both sides.
Yeah.
And I will cover this with felt, but I
Right.
have another class coming and I want them to be able to see exactly what I've done.
Right.
And then, here's the first one I did.
Yeah.
So it has a little bit of texture,
Right.
nothing like this one. And I think the one after this one,
It's probably going to have more. I mean,
yeah,
because it evolves as you go along, right? It's like you start
they
adding
do.
more things and then you get more ideas and
And after doing these 2 little pieces right here on top of it, and it actually doesn't sticky up right there, but it just doesn't want to lay that way.
yeah.
I realized that I can bead on top of the beads. So I've kind of been doing that. And then, oh, it is. It's laying right here. I just ordered these personally for some kits that I'm going to make. These are earrings,
Okay.
clip earrings. I didn't even know they still made them, but I found them and the price was good, so I got them. And I thought this was really cute. But look, let's pretend this is our book.
Oh, look at that.
So you could make one of these for something on your book.
Oh.
So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I was really happy with that. This here whole piece took less than an hour.
Yeah. So,
So,
Jean, when you were saying that you were using those plastic curtain rings,
uh-huh.
did you stitch over it or bead over it? I missed that part and I didn't
Okay,
quite.
I took it and I put it down and I just took the beading thread and stitched it down in 4 places so it didn't
Right.
move.
So it held, yeah.
And then I just picked up, it depended upon the size of the beads because there's some down here that these purple ones are really, really tiny.
Right.
But most of them are 11 delicas, which is tinier than a normal 11. I don't think it's supposed to be, but it feels like it is.
Yeah.
And so I just figured how many it took to go over it and just went just like I was stitching a row, but just going over the loop.
Okay.
And then when
I
I
got
put it,
lots of
I
those.
worked it out so that I went down on the inside of the ring
Right.
so that I could kind of go in at an angle
Right.
and make it as snug as I could. So
Awesome.
I'm really, really happy with this. And I don't know whether I'll do the variegated or not. If I could find a variegated that doesn't do block because I'm afraid
Right.
it look real blocky.
Yeah.
So,
Brenda
anyway.
just came out of the thrift store, got some glass beads, 2 cutting mats, and an easel, and some free books. Spent whole $4. And she tossed it. The lady tossed in the easel for nothing because it had paint on it. Oh my word!
Oh wow, what a bargain. Although, the easel's already broke in, so you don't have to be careful.
Exactly. I mean, it could always be sanded off too, but whatever.
Yeah,
That's awesome, Brenda.
thank you.
Anne's in love with your butterfly.
Thank you. I think it'll even be cuter when I get down to outlining it, and I've got pencil marks that need to find a way out of here. Somebody used my eraser when he was here and he didn't clean it.
Ah,
And there is spaces, there's little gaps, and of course right now that's driving me crazy, but I think it'll be all right in the long run.
mm-hmm.
And anything I don't like,
You can color over.
that's right. And I will say that, see, there's one of those teeny tiny white sequins. They're
Okay.
just like plus size glitter, so they find themselves all over the house.
I've seen some like that. I've in my bin of sequins. I've never used them really.
Oh, I can't find them anywhere. I got lucky and Laura sent me some. I've got red, green, silver, gold, and white.
Nice.
I'd love to find them. And
And
I
you
got,
looked on like Amazon and Fire Mountain Beads or whatever they are.
I've looked just about everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's kind of I think maybe they're older,
Yeah.
but I love them. I did find some 4 millimeter ones, which is small as I've found so far. I want to say these are probably 2, maybe 3, but probably 2.
Okay. Awesome. And that whole butterfly was done on paper that you printed off on labels or something, like a sticky back sheet.
These were, for a long time, I had um, these FedEx labels that I
Right.
used, and if there was a mess up on them, I would just save them and jelly print them, and
Yeah.
then I could use them as stickers. Now, some of it was, some of it isn't, and everything that was a sticker got re-glued anyway. Because if I was having that much trouble separating them, I didn't know if they were going to stay. So
Right. Right.
I don't know what the background's going to be, but I foresee stripes.
Stripes would be cool. Brenda
Hmm.
said she put $2 in the donation jar, which is very, very nice, Brenda. Awesome. And she almost laughed, but that would be rude. I'm assuming that's when the lady gave it to you for free because there was paint on it. I probably would have laughed too, or tried hard not to laugh anyway. If only they could see my easels. To just kind of blend into the background because everything else is covered in paint.
I hope you got some amazing glass beads. Well, this is a first.
Taking forever.
I actually am reusing this pattern from cutting it up, so I still have this one, which this one is the original.
Very cool.
So
It's nice when you save patterns. I don't necessarily save patterns. Well, okay, I lied. I do save patterns, but depends on what the pattern's for.
Well, I saved this one and I made two others that I have saved, and then found some color book pages because it was going to be a kit, but it's never been a kit because I just run out of time making the kits.
Time is a 4-letter word.
It is definitely, and then aside from time, I'm running out of space.
I know that too.
I
Know
am.
that too.
That's
Yeah.
why I've spent the last 4 mornings in the garage getting Defy stuff organized because I have 25 boxes coming this week.
Oh my. Yeah.
Well, probably Monday, but it's close enough to call it this week.
Yeah. Crazy. 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 Ugh, got so much glue on my hands, everything's sticking to me. But that's okay.
Why don't you put you on screen too?
I guess so. Because everybody was admiring your butterfly and your beadwork.
Well, thank you all.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yep, this is I'm definitely once I've got them all outlined in black. See, I'm not going quite over the black lines from the outlines. Whoa, that's okay. The outlines from the cake. So I'm just going to enhance those thick black lines. And then I'm going to just use a gel pen and go through the small ones.
Yes, Ann, that's what I said. 25 boxes.
Those are all for Defy that's coming?
Yes.
Wow. You know what? But when you think about it, it's nice when somebody is that, or, when they're caring enough to send that amount of supplies to you, right? Like,
Yes.
I just wish you lived closer. So, I mean, I would drop off a lot of stuff at your house. Actually, my great nephews love to do arts and crafts. And since they're on summer holiday, I said that I would make up some kits for them so that they would have some arts and craftsy things to do. So
Awesome.
I want to do some of that over the weekend. Some kid type kits. And that should help get rid of some of my stuff.
I can't give my granddaughter any more art supplies. I have been warned.
Yeah. Well, this is going over to my sister's place. So I think I would probably try and do like 4 or 5 different kits and possibly, well, I'd have to do 3 of each so that the adults can play as well as the littles. Yes. Yes, yes. You need some jelly print? Oh, you've been jelly printing since yesterday? Wow. I have to do a batch of that too. I just feel like I'm really far behind right now. Probably about 3 years ago, I started macrameing the seat on an antique rocking chair that we painted. And it's just sitting here, and I really need to get that done. That's on my to do list for this weekend. Get that done and out on the deck. Oh, I've got so much, guys. So many unfinished projects as I sit here and do mosaics, right?
Hmm.
But we all know. It's okay. We all know. But yeah, no, I need to do a bit of jelly printing and I have to cut some of these thin. Um, there's something else I know that I needed to get done, and I will. It'll just take me a while.
Well, that's part of why I've been doing so much cleaning. I have no intention on living for 300 years.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Unless you want to live too for 300 years and then we can craft together.
That's right. We could either that, or we could be poltergeists and come back and just keep going. So, what are we doing on Tuesday, guys? I'm gonna ask. Any ideas for what would be a good play for Tuesday? Anyone?
Something you've never done before.
Oh, huh. Like I need that. Okay, we could play. Well, who was I mentioning to? Oh, Barbara and Sherry when we were having coffee this morning, and I said that I wanted to do a thing. What would Kim do? Thank you, Anne. That was Anne's. I'm taking off that idea after she started that. Um, I am going to start doing segments. What would Kim do? Because Ron has been dropping stuff on my desk again. Or actually, I was sitting at the kitchen table or the dining room table, and he says, "Here, I brought you something." And I just kind of looked at him and I said, "No, we're going to start doing a what would Kim do segment kind of thing." And he will come and drop some strange thing on my desk. It'll be alive, and I'll have 10 minutes to make something out of it.
Oh,
So,
that sounds fun.
yeah, so Anne said that, oh, I've got lots of leather. I have a bin of leather. Um, so Anne said that she would send me stuff for this, like for that. And I said, no, you have to send it to Ron because I can't know what it is because I might have a plan of what to do with it, right? So I think that that's going to be, maybe I'll start that in September when it's, you know, between the yard and we still want to do some road trips on the days that I don't stream. And
So, kind of a stump the chump thing, huh?
yeah. Stump the Chump. We'll play that. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So, what the other thing I was thinking is if you guys came up with an idea of something that he could possibly find that, you know, for him to drop on the desk. Because seriously, I'll be sitting here, the desk will be reasonably clear. I can use any of my toys to enhance it, whatever, like no limit on what I can use to change it, utilize it. I just have to use what he's. Okay, something with leather. Okay, we'll play with leather on Tuesday. All my leather is quite small pieces because they're cut offs from when my teacher was doing gauntlets and mucklocks and moccasins. So I've got not much of matching stuff, but we could definitely play leather.
Leather die cuts very well and it embosses also very well.
Cool. Can you message Ron? You can message Ron. I don't know how. We'll figure that out. We will figure that out. I'm going to suck him into this world, come heck or high water. You know, no, you're not cutting up your purse. You could use fabric. I mean, if we're going to try die cutting it or whatever, obviously that's not necessarily going to work. Um, I also have a couple of leather skirts my girlfriend found for me to chop up because she thrift stores, right? And she always finds something for me to use.
I actually asked my sister while I was at home this time that not to find me any more stuff.
Yeah, I've asked my girlfriend that too. But sometimes she just sees such a deal. I get it. I get it.
Well, I understand too, but she's gotten to where she sends me pictures and
Yeah.
says, "You want this?"
Yeah, my girlfriend does that as well.
And I have to tell you that I had a person who is actually the person that's sending me the 25 boxes.
I
She
know who
know,
that is.
she knows that I collect uh, nutcrackers,
Yeah.
and she sent me three pictures of nutcrackers, and asked me if I had an interest in those.
Yeah.
And I said they're very pretty, and yes, I would love them, but I don't want them.
Really?
Yes, I said it's ridiculous to spend money on something that's going to sit in a box.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's going to be my new whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not going to spend money on something that's going to sit in a box.
that makes sense.
So 90% of what I have needs to be gone.
Yeah, no, I get ya. I get ya. Who are you asking about the heart bubble wrap, Teresa? Yeah, thrift store clothes, definitely. See, my girlfriend was collecting leather for a while because she wanted to make a leather blanket. And she never got around to it. So,
I have my mom's leather purse, and um, actually, it's one I bought her for a gift,
yeah,
and I've held on to it, and I have the intentions of cutting it into a purse or cutting it open for me and my sister each a book cover.
awesome.
I haven't done it yet, but the purse is still there. I can see it from here.
Teresa has some heart shaped bubble wrap if anybody is interested.
I have
I need nothing. See, that's the thing behind the 10 minutes for me. That I have 10 minutes to utilize something, and it's got to be made into something for a journal. I'm thinking, or tags, something. But after that, if there's leftover bits, I'm going to be sending it away.
like the rotten child it is.
Something like that. Yep, yep. Oh, I'm sure it makes awesome painty papers. Teresa and would like you guys to get in touch so that you can make a trade. My thing is that or the bubble wrap would probably cost much more to send to me than if you just made me a painty paper. with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it wouldn't be weight
It
more costly. It would be the bulk of it.
exactly, because it has to fit through that darn mail slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Teresa, post them in the group. That'll be cool. See, I can't send things like bubble wrap and stuff now. Um, like I said, I tried sending napkins and I couldn't send it just as regular mail. It had to go as a package. Which I thought was stupid because it is paper, right?
Yep.
Yes, Teresa usually shares her artwork and meet your creativity, but I would love to see the gel prints. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, that was stupid. Do it this way.
Have you? I know you don't watch TV, so maybe some of them in the box. Have you ever heard of the BTK killer?
No,
BTK stands for bind, torture, and kill.
no.
He was based in Wichita, Kansas,
Oh,
not far from what I call home.
oh,
And I was watching a movie the other night, and I kept thinking to myself, well, this just seems so stinking familiar. And the intensity and the emotions it made me feel were way out of what I wanted to feel.
yeah,
And so I Googled it so I could get an answer. I
yeah,
wanted to know if, you know, the way it was going was the way it was, and it was. And then as I kept reading, it was based on that killer, which I have actually seen several things about him because, you know,
it's
being
from
my,
home.
and it was just a miserable experience. I don't know.
Huh,
I finally, I mean, I didn't finish watching it, and that is rare for me. In fact, the only one that I can remember not finishing was Pet Cemetery.
yeah,
I They had a fight scene and the casket fell off the stand and onto the floor, and that was it. I lost it.
yeah.
So anyway, I don't know what brought that up, but I was just thinking about it.
Yes, Belinda, I had to send it package rate. Yep, 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 yep. But on a really happy note, I sent Miriam the journal she won, and she actually got it. I'm so excited.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, the other package I sent her, I got it back a year, almost a year to the date that I sent it. It never reached her.
Oh man.
So I was very, very happy that she got this one.
Oh, I started to throw that in the trash and hooky doke, ready to glue down butterfly number 2.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, he'll be prettier when he's done.
Infinite wisdom, Kim. Infinite wisdom. Good grief. So in my infinite wisdom, I am gluing along the side here. So the side's all mucked up. So I'm going to have to fussy cut this out and put it on maybe black background or something. Maybe no, I'll do it on a white background so that when I post it, no, when I post it, it will. What will it do? I have no idea. When I post it so that you guys can print it if you want it, then you won't have to print the entire black background. That makes sense. There we go. Knew I would spit it out eventually. Okay, Teresa, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I ended up sending that. I scanned everything in and I ended up sending it to her digitally. Whew, just about done. Then I get to color.
I'm actually looking forward to that part.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might just use a thicker marker between everything as well. Just for the fact that I've got some, because I didn't cut the pieces. I don't know, wait. I, I have to decide how I'm outlining the pieces. That's what I'm trying to say this time. Oh no, Belinda, it's not my slot. It would be your slot. Like there's a certain thickness for how to send things. I have a post office box and it's open at the back because it's in a building. So they just shove things from the back into it. Does that make sense? All right. Miriam, have a really nice sleep. Yes, it's been a lovely time. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for the lovely birthday wishes. It was lovely seeing your face on Barbara's phone this morning. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day.
As well it should be.
Okay, Anne. Anne will be right back. Teresa will be right back. Okay, now let's get this chopped off. There it is. Oh, cut that really nice and straight. You did, Kim.
Boy, this one's not wanting to fit in there.
Yep. Oi. You working on a third, or is that still? Oh, your second you're doing.
It's my second one. My pieces got out of alignment.
Oh, I get
I was trying to put the wrong ones in the wrong places. So let's move you puppies out of here. This is the one that goes next. Yep.
All right. All right. Getting somewhere, guys. Just about finished the plate. And then I will hold it up so you guys can see it better. Then I will outline the outside of it and do a few on the inside so you see what I am hoping it will work like. Work like. Good talk, me. Cutting off a lot of this red. Do. Welcome back, Aaron.
I think I need an inch wide, 12-inch long piece of magnetic tape stuck to something to hold needles at this desk.
Oh, I have a little glass dish that actually has a magnet in the bottom of it that I picked up at a floral shop, actually. I don't know why it had a magnet, unless maybe it was for one of those metal frogs for holding flowers in. You know what I'm talking about? Those of you that might wonder what I'm talking about, it's a little metal piece about, they come in various sizes. They've got all these pokey up pins so that you can put your stems in. It's specific for floral arranging. Yeah. So anyway, it's a glass. I can show you. It's right here.
Here's the metal thing she's talking about. Looks like a torture device.
Yeah, and it hurts. Never step on one of those.
Oh, God. That just makes me tear up thinking about it.
So it's just this little square glass thing, but it's got you can see there's a magnet on the bottom, and I just love it for holding needles and stuff. That works really, really good. Self-adhesive magnet strips sold in craft stores. You're talking about like those ones that you can print for fridge magnets and stuff, and or the rolls of magnetic tape that you use for putting on the back of things to magnet, stick magnet to,
I think I have some of that. I have these bigger chunky magnets like this, and right to the left of me I have wood framed metal drawers, and I usually keep them on there, but it only holds so many, and I'm constantly finding a new needle that needs glued down or held down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go barefoot, although my grandkids do.
I go barefoot. Roll of magnetic tape. Yeah.
I'm not a magnetic person. I'm not a barefoot person. I used to when I was little, I suppose, but I don't know.
Cats, shoes, and socks. Big time.
Yeah, I think I had one of those back in the jewelry making days. I don't know for sure where it has ended up. Look, the body of my butterfly with nothing on him.
I'm going to make it. Hang on. There.
Looks like a lady in a fine, tight dress.
It does.
Oh, the things we see. I save him for last.
Yeah.
Covers up everything. Didn't stay in the lines very good.
Me too. Oh, for a paper doll? Yeah, that would make a lovely paper doll. We're going to be talking about body parts again. How do you store your body parts? All right. So I just have a few little places to fill in with little wee bits. Or not. Oh, I'm going to go big and I'm going to show my birthday cake. La, 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 la. Oh, go big.
Oh, how cute. Reminds me of Dotted Swiss.
Yeah.
You know,
Belinda says, nope, not talking about body parts again. All right. So I'm going to use a thick black marker around the outsides and the shapes. And then I will use gel pen around each square. Not that they're square or rectangles or whatever. So there's still going to be a bit of gappage, but that's okay. I'm going to start with the gel pen. I'm going to start with the flame. And then the candle. Does that make sense? Yeah, blueberry cake. These shapes are no way uniform in size. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. Okay, let's do this. Guess I need a paper underneath so that it doesn't bleed onto this mat because we're trying to resurrect it maybe. We're gonna try and ooh, squeaky pen. Laura Ashley needs a blob of whipped cream. Needs something. Gonna get this part done, and then we're going to address what else it might need. I'm thinking when I get a birthday cake, it's got all those fancy icing flowers on it because, you got to have something that's going to add 30 extra pounds from one slice. Figure if I'm going to eat something sweet, it might as well be over and beyond.
Agreed. See, the problem with me getting a birthday cake, well, because my birthday's usually close to Thanksgiving, so others do occasionally eat them.
Yeah,
But Gary doesn't eat cake very much.
Ron either.
So I end up getting the whole thing because I just can't throw it away.
Yeah. Well, I lied. I'm the one that's not really a sweet fan. Ron's more of a sweet fan than I am. It's a birthday cake. I can take or leave. But I mean, if it's my birthday cake, then it's going to be something that I chose. So I'm going to
Exactly.
eat the darn thing. Blob of cream or frosting. Well, I'm thinking these dark purple things that I'm outlining right now, or whatever I'm doing to them. Um, that's the frosting. Definitely looks different once these pieces are outlined. But there are quite a few white gaps. I don't know what I'm going to do. Haven't decided because there are spaces between them. And the gaps aren't really uniform because I don't measure. I eyeball things. Does that give it a little bit more definition?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't like chocolate? What surprises you with a chocolate cake every year? Ah, my favorite for a birthday cake is a banana cake, double decker brownie cake for your birthday. Oh, nice. Nice, nice.
So, Brenda, how close are you to me? I love chocolate cake. I can come over and help you eat it. My favorite cake is a red velvet cake.
Yes,
But
those.
I have to say that if I lived closer to my niece, my husband's niece rather, that I would have to have a carrot cake.
Oh, I love carrot cake too.
She makes the best carrot cake I have ever had in my whole life. It
Awesome.
is so good. All right, here we go. Let's not screw this up.
Huh. Yeah, red velvet cakes too. You love chocolate? You're going along with Jean to help eat the cake? That's awesome. I do those chocolate mug cakes occasionally.
Oh,
Sometimes
that's
you just
good.
need something sweet and they're fast and done, right? And the nice thing about them is they're small. Well, they're not small because I make a mug for Ron and a mug for me. Um, then they're done and I don't have leftovers that because as soon as I freeze it, frozen baking is my weakness. So freezing it doesn't help.
Yeah. When I turned 30, my mother gave me in my birthday card her loved and worn recipe for red velvet cake.
Oh,
She
nice.
told me I was now old enough to make it myself.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a favorite kind of cake. I just know what I like for my birthday is like a genie's cake. This has been a favorite since I was little. It's a bakery in Winnipeg, and they do like a shortbread crust, and then they put icing on it, and then they put the cake, a layer of cake, and then the icing, a layer of cake, and then ice the whole thing. But I really like that darn cookie crust. And their icing is made with shortening, which is really, really healthy for you. But this that also makes the icing not overly sweet. It's like a cooked icing, and I have a recipe for it, so it's like regular sugar, not powdered sugar or icing sugar, whatever you guys call it. We call it icing sugar, the really fine white dust sugar.
I don't really care for frosting. Whichever one is in front of me, I'm going to eat. I've
See,
been known to do the mug cakes and
yeah,
have a tub of frosting sitting right there beside me with a bite of cake and a bite of frosting.
yeah. No, we don't frost the mug cakes. Might add a scoop of ice cream, but I figured because it's got chocolate chips in it, it doesn't really need anything else.
Oh, I don't put chocolate chips in my mug cake. What do you use?
I use like 3 tablespoons of just regular chocolate chips in there.
And what's your mix?
My mix is 3 tablespoons flour, 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of oil, 3 tablespoons of milk, 3 tablespoons of chocolate chips, and about half a teaspoon of baking powder.
No egg?
Nope,
And can you send me that recipe?
I can.
What I use, and I'm sure most everybody has seen it on the internet. I take a angel food cake mix
Yes.
and then any flavor you want, which is always chocolate for me. And you mix them together and you put a quarter cup of that in your mug with 2 tablespoons of water.
Oh,
Put it in the microwave for 1 minute and you have a cake in a cup.
oh, no, I haven't
So I
done
have,
that one, but I don't normally buy cake mixes either, right? I
well, I
do.
don't either, but that you mix them together and I put it in an airtight container and then I got it whenever I want it.
Exactly. See, I do the angel food cake if I'm doing that one where you mix a can of diced crushed pineapple with it.
Uh-huh.
So, but I mean, I only have do that kind of thing when I've got the family coming over because I can send all the leftovers home.
Yeah.
Then we will buy a chocolate cake mix if I'm making death by chocolate. So, again, that's only when the troops are here.
I have an ice cream cake that I make that Gary actually eats. And you put in a layer of ice cream sandwiches and then you put in a layer of whipped cream, Cool Whip, whatever, and then you drizzle it with caramel and chocolate sauce. And I like the tiny chocolate chips, but any work.
Yeah.
And um, toffee bits,
Okay.
and then you put on another layer of ice cream sandwiches, whipped cream, chocolate sauce, caramel sauce, and I use hot fudge rather. And then put all the sprinkles on it, the chocolate chips, the toffee, and I like slivered almonds on it
Okay.
because they're easy to eat. And then you put it back in the freezer until you're ready, and that is so good.
Yeah. Sounds lovely. Okay, let's see. Post the recipe on Meet Your Creativity, please. I can post the recipe on creativity for the mug cake you're talking about, Anne. Angel food cake and crushed pineapple is good. Yeah. The buttercrumb cake, the one with butter, cake mix, and crushed pineapple. I've never done that one, Teresa. Okay, Teresa, I'll take a look at that. I won't be embarrassed by them. When I do gel prints, Teresa, I don't go for those fancy dancy prints. I go for texture and color because I chop it all up for my collage work. I don't, and backgrounds, right? Like all my prints are collage and background fodder. Like, just the way it is. This is a very interesting mosaic-y thing, guys. I'm kind of liking it. Think
I
I
have
Go ahead.
uh, I have a pattern, and I've made a couple different patterns off of the mosaic and fabric,
Mm-hmm.
making a quilt like that.
Yeah.
I had a really cool ruler that I used to cut the strips of fabric into 1/4 inch pieces.
Oh,
For the
nice.
life of me, I can't find that ruler. I think it would be perfect for beads,
Yeah.
and I guess I got rid of it. I
Or
can't
someplace
picture
safe.
that, but
Be someplace safe. I got so
yeah,
much stuff in someplace safe. It's just the way it is.
my kids
Right.
will find it when they go through my stuff.
I gonna make big cause I be done. Oh, the recipe cake in the mug, definitely. I will do that. Big. Make big. Here we go.
How
That's a fun
pretty!
birthday cake.
Yes.
So I'm not going to color between the squares. I thought I might, but I'm not going to bother. I will copy it and fussy cut it out and put it on a white background and put it on Beat Your Creativity. If anybody wants to play with it, you're welcome to it. Safe places, yes. I love safe places. Safe places. Okay, I have to write that down. Do. Chocolate cake. Chocolate. Yeah, and the nice thing is because it's I have done the one where you use the egg in it, but I find it really heavy. And yeah, it's really moist, but I consider it more like a brownie. Like it's so thick, so heavy.
Well, the only reason I asked about the egg was because, an angel food cake mix already has egg in it. So that's why I thought maybe you needed to have the egg.
No, no, no. The baking powder makes it rise lovely.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
But I mean, the amount of fat in it and the amount of sugar in it, it's like, oh my goodness. It's definitely a treat. Definitely a treat. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to consider myself done. How are you doing, Jean?
Um, Finishing up the outlines. I need to, do some doodling on all my sections.
Yeah.
So, about this time next year it'll be done.
Yeah. I get you. I found something that I had planned on doodling. Oh, I don't even know when, but it was quite a while ago. And it's like, wow, you never did that. This is the thing, guys. Gotta find some quick and fast projects so that we're done. At the end of the stream, I gotta be done. Consider it done because, oh, I need to do that line too. Do the line for the top of the icing.
Well, I'm done for today. I
Cool.
have both butterflies outlined, but I think they're going to be a lot cooler yet.
Once they're doodled, yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna be lovely.
And I had to make sure I got a permanent pen that wasn't going to run because I don't know what I'm going to do to the background.
Right. That's hard finding like these little gel pens that are waterproof. Like
Yeah.
there. There. Oh, I guess that goes down.
And this one's too fine. It wants to dry up with the peony papers.
Oh, it's just sopping it up, is it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably on its last legs anyway.
Yeah.
All because I'm a lazy crafter and don't want to get up and walk to the other side of the room and get my whole bag of pins.
True. True, true. I know that feeling. I do. I really do. Looking for. Let's get stuff on the floor because we can. Sheesh. All right, piece of white paper, just so I can show you guys what it looks like without all the muck around it.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna scan that in and it will be on the community tab here and I'll meet your creativity. So if you guys want to snag it for any reason, who knows? You will be welcome to it. I'm also going to shrink it down small and stick it in this little journal because this is the journal that I'm doing. Whatever we do online here, I am going to stick stuff in this journal. And then at the end of July, I'm going to do a draw for it. Yeah. Okay, let's see your birds. You know, those winged things that you've got there, Jim.
Flutterbies. So there's the first one. No doodles on it. This one I did a couple. I did this around the edges and some circles in here. Just some black lines for now. I'm just adding more texture to it. I'm not really sure. I don't know what the background's going to be. Maybe I'll just watercolor it, but I just feel stripies need to be there. I don't know why.
I like stripes.
Yeah.
Stripes and polka dots. They're fun. They're always fun.
Yeah. Well, that's all doodling is dots and lines.
Exactly.
Lines.
Exactly. And then I'll do me. Do. All right. All right. I'll probably do that either tomorrow morning or whatever because I'm going to head upstairs and see what's happening in my world up there. So I'm going to call it a day, guys. I hope we had fun, had very interesting conversations. I will also post that recipe in the community tab and in Meet Your Creativity. And I think that's about it. Thanks everybody for being here. everybody in the balcony and everybody who's watching the replay, many appreciative thanks for the birthday wishes. And it's great to be 29 again.
You keep practicing, you'll eventually get it right.
I will. I definitely will.
I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah. Thanks, Anne. Anne says that your butterflies are gorgeous, Jean.
Thank
They
you.
are. They are. They are. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend and be safe. And I will see you on Tuesday with leather. We're going to do something with leather on Tuesday. All right.
Bye, all.
Take care. Bye.